This semester, Olin College professor Katrin Lynch taught a seminar for first-year students entitled Dirt to Shirt. The course examines the human and environmental effects of the global apparel industry and also the afterlife of clothing. The college partnered up with the Needham Community Council by having students take an object from the thrift shop and write a fictional story about it. The students presented and sold their pieces at the Winter Art Show held on December 9th and donated the proceeds to the Needham Community Council.
So the focus of the class was on really looking at the human and environmental impacts of the global apparel industry, and one of the projects is the project that we're presenting today, which is we partnered with the Needham Community Council, and the students each got an item from the Community Council that the value was less than $10, and they took something off of that item, embedded it in a resin box, and wrote fictional stories about something to do with the garment. And the stories range from, in one, somebody's a Mexican garment worker who the factory starts on fire and the doors are all locked and she almost dies. Another one, there's somebody who's like sewing on her last button when her factory's about to close down in Lowell, Massachusetts. And then others are like a vampire who lost his sweater right before he turned into a vampire, or a sci-fi one hundreds of years in the future, and the people find an old men's suit and can't make sense of this strange garment. So they're really varied.
My piece, I wrote about a belt. I was looking around the thrift shop and there was a belt that was just painted in like the most tacky colors, and it had these fake plastic stars on it, but it was really well worn, which means that somebody wore this ridiculous thing a lot, and it was like a very beloved piece of clothing. And I thought that would be a cool story to kind of explain why that situation came to be. I called it The Kid with the Belt. The story was about like a kid in middle school who has this belt and he just gets a lot of compliments on it, and he decides that the belt makes him cool. There was no conflict in my story. It was just like a cute scene.
To have it be a fundraiser for the Needham Community Council is wonderful. We went on a field trip at the beginning of the semester to the Community Council. We heard about their programs and their food pantry, their thrift shop, their ESL program, all sorts of programs they have to support people in need in our community. And so it's great for our students to know that their hard work this semester goes towards raising money for that.
We are just so pleased to partner with Olin College. We're thrilled to partner with Professor Katrin, and her students were amazing and incredibly creative. How lucky we are to have a college like Olin in our own community.
Because it's something that we really haven't looked at, it kind of makes you look at the world in a different way and kind of broadens your horizons. So, like in my mind, it was like there's sweatshops where clothes get made, and then I guess there's a few factories that make higher quality, more ethical clothes, but that was a very simplified view of everything. So I've kind of learned, I guess I have like a better understanding of the world now. And even though we're just looking at clothing, it applies to a lot of other industries as well.
At Olin College, we recruit students who are very talented from throughout the world, and one of the things about our students is they want to come to Olin because they see it as a place where they don't have to give up on their creative, artistic, and humanities orientation. And so we have students who are very highly technical skilled, but they also really care about the world and want to dig in and understand that world. And so I see the global apparel industry as a great topic for doing that. There's so much that needs to be done in the industry, and to have students, really smart, talented, creative engineers get fired up about this is just so great.